Keisha here. Thank you for joining me in another 5D conversation. I just wanted to take a little bit of time to shout out all of my new followers. Thank you so much. If any of this resonates with you, I encourage you to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. This is all about spreading awareness and helping others to be the best version of themselves. So today's 5D conversation is going to be about some things that have been weighing on me. So I want to talk about self-worth, knowing your worth, self-love, and giving yourself permission to blow your own mind and being the best version of yourself. So I know a lot of us have been conditioned and programmed to believe that we have to be a certain way or do things a certain way in order to attain a certain goal. And I'm just here to encourage you that that's a bunch of bullshit. You need to be yourself. Being the best version of yourself is your success. That is where your success is going to come from. That is where you discovering what your passions are. That is where you are going to discover your purpose, your mission, right? Why you are on this planet, what you are here to do. It stems from loving yourself. It stems from knowing your worth, right? How many of you really know your worth? I mean, like, really know your worth. Know what you bring to the table. Know your value. How many of you really can stand here or sit here and say, I love myself? And I ask you these questions because I had to ask myself these questions. There are days where I still ask myself these questions. As a matter of fact, nowadays, it's like, I say to myself, Keisha, is this showing yourself that you love yourself? Is what you're doing or what you're experiencing right now showing that you love yourself, genuinely love yourself and value yourself? How many of you really know what you bring to the table? And how do you know what you bring to the table if you do not know what you're worth? If you do not know your value, if you do not know your potential and you're not reaching to fulfill your true unlimited potential? So these are food for thought, like to really sit down and think about this, really take time out to do these things, right? Because you know that you can be something by doing, right? Being is doing. I am a loving person, so I love people, but it starts from me loving myself. So the other day I had a conversation with someone and they said to me, I had forgotten to do something for them, and they said that I was being selfish and inconsiderate because I remembered to do it for myself, but I didn't remember to do it for them. And at first, I used to feel bad and be like, oh, maybe I am being inconsiderate or maybe I am being selfish. But if I don't think about myself, who's going to think about me? Who's going to think about my well-being and my general success and happiness? Who's going to do that if I don't do that for myself? And in order for me to really think about others and care about others, I need to really think and care about myself. I have to make myself a priority. So I want to really, really inspire you and encourage you and motivate you to realize that thinking about yourself is not wrong. It's not bad. You have to do that. Who's going to do it for you? Nobody. Nobody knows what you really need but you. So you have to go out and set out to do those things and get those things for yourself. You have to set out to design your life the way you want it so that you are experiencing your happiness. And that comes from self-love. From self-love, you realize your worth. From self-love, you are encouraged to realize your full potential, your limitlessness. I love myself, so I want to see what I am truly capable of. So I had to step back and say to that person, no, hold up. Me not doing something for you is not a sign of me being selfish or inconsiderate. Me thinking of myself is not a sign of being selfish or inconsiderate. It is me showing you that I value myself, and you need to value yourself more to think about yourself more. I don't look at people as selfish if they think about you have to think about yourself. You have to make sure that you're good before you can make sure anybody else is good. And I always say this, a sick person cannot take care of another sick person, right? You have to make sure that you're healed first. If you go on a plane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before you put on anyone else's. Why is that? Because if you can't breathe, you can't help anybody else to breathe. So get your shit in order, take care of your shit so that you can help others take care of their shit. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. And I really, really want to pour that into your cup, that you need to pour into your cup first. You need to know your value and your worth, right? If you cannot consider yourself, how are you going to consider other people? And we have been taught and conditioned to keep pouring into other people's cup. Even when you don't have anything, find other things to pour into other people's cup and leave your cup empty. As a matter of fact, push your cup to the side. It's not important. There's a lot of people walking around who do not value themselves. They do not even know their worth. A lot of times it comes from childhood, stems from childhood, of you not being told that you are worth shit, or that you're being shown that love and that nurturing, that you are of value, you are important, you are special, you are unique. We are taught to look at everybody else and focus on everybody else and not focus on yourself. But if you really sit back and take in successful people, they are focused on their self, right? And from them focusing on themselves, they can focus on the bigger picture. They can focus on helping other people, right? They had to figure out what their passions were, what their loves were, what their likes were, what their dislikes were, right? What they were worth to themselves before they could show that to the world, before they could help other people to find those things within themselves. They had to find it first within, right? So a lot of times it has to do with early childhood issues. I never had much of a childhood, so I didn't know anything about self-worth, self-love, value. I had to it was a touch and go. It was a trial and error, and it took a long time for me to realize that I'm worth shit, right? And I don't need you to tell me what I'm worth. I don't need you to validate me for me to know that I am special and I am important and I am unique. I don't need that from you. I can provide that for myself, from myself, for myself, right? So I just wanted to really encourage you all to pour into your cup and know your worth and know your value. You are here for so much more than you think you are. And it is time to explore that and discover that. I'm a very, very spiritual person. And all that really means is I'm here to experience my full potential. I'm here to experience and discover what my gifts are so that I can share them with others, right? But I had to discover them for myself, by myself first, right? It's about self-love. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. Finding your light within so that you can shine it on others and radiate that towards others, inspiring them to do the same. That's all it is, being the best version of yourself. Me being a spiritual woman doesn't mean that I'm at home praying all day, every day, sitting on top of a mountain, doing yoga and meditation. No, I'm in the trenches with everybody else. It is my self-love and the fact that I know my worth and I know that I'm special and I'm discovering my gifts and sharing them with others. Why I'm not afraid, why I can face fears, why I can tackle anxiety, why I can find my confidence and hold it and own it. That's why. So give yourself permission to blow your own mind. Give yourself permission to discover your worth, to know your worth. Not even believe. I'm asking you to go a step further, to dig even deeper. When you get deep, go even deeper and know your worth. Know what you bring to the table. As a matter of fact, you are magicians, okay? Living magicians, living magic. You don't need to bring anything to no table. You can make your own table. You may not even want a table. Make whatever you want, right? Because you know that you can. So this may be a message for someone. Believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself first. Society, the media, social media is always bombarding everybody with these images of what you should be and how you should act and how you should look. And it's really not even about that. It's about you being yourself and showing up as your authentic self. Do you know who you are? Like I'm really asking you that question. Do you know who you are? You know, only you can discover that. Only you can show that to others, right? And the more you stand in your authenticity, the more you encourage others to do the same. This is about self-love, beauties. This is about self-love. When you love yourself, you are able to love others. It's from self-love where you are encouraged to reach for the stars. You know, the sky is the limit. I love myself so much. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to push for more. You know, I am going to show the best version of myself at every stage that I'm at in the becoming of who I desire to really be, who I am supposed to really be, who I really, really am. You know, that's why I say give yourself permission to blow your own mind. You know, this is not about you proving anything to anyone. So the other day I said something to someone like, I don't have anything to prove to anybody but myself. You know, I am my only competition. I am striving to be better than I was yesterday, the day before that, the month before, the year before that. I am striving to be a better version of myself now. That's the only person that I have to prove anything to. Because if you're constantly living to prove things to people, first off, you lose yourself. You don't know who you are. Why are you doing these things? Are you happy? And I am #ho, baby. Okay? Happiness over everything. My happiness is my inner compass. It's my North Star. Does this make me happy? Does this allow me to follow my bliss? Does this allow me to express who I really am underneath all the layers of the conditioning and the programming of what social media, what the media, what people think that I should be? I'm showing up as no, this is who I am. And it is what it is. Take it or leave it, like it or not, but I love me so I can show up as me. And every day there's a new layer that's stripped back, that's pulled back to discover more of who I am. Strip back your layers, pull back your layers to discover who you really are. I've been realizing that this journey is really like the journey of a butterfly, right? From the stages of a caterpillar to a butterfly. The butterfly is the best version of yourself. And it's really stages. So give yourself time. Be patient, be compassionate, be loving towards yourself first. Because you can't do that with anybody or for anybody until you learn how to do that with yourself. Until you learn how to hold space for yourself to heal, for your own healing, right? Speaking of healing, I offer some programs, some really, really great, real deal programs that help you to pull back the layers and discover who you really are. Things that help you to go back to the beginning of your childhood and heal things from your childhood. These are real deal programs. I don't promote bullshit, right? I'm not about that life. And I'm taking these programs and they are helping me to discover who I really am and show up as myself. I am always willing to promote things like that. So if you are looking for anything like that to help you heal, to help you move forward in life and discover who you are to become your butterfly, I encourage you to take a look at the programs in the description box. You know, it's healing. Healing is key. A lot of people on this planet need healing. Anybody that tells you that they are 100% whole, they're lying, right? We all need healing. We all have layers that we need to pull back to discover who we really are so we can show up as our authentic, 100% authentic selves. So I encourage you all, shoot for the stars. You know, aim for the universe. If you fall, you're falling on a cloud, you're still good. You know, you're falling on the moon, you're falling on the sun, you're still good. You know, aim to be as high as you possibly can. Push to be the very best version, putting your best foot forward. And then try to improve on that the next day. That comes from a lot of things. You know, that comes from knowing your worth, that comes from self-love, that comes from wanting to show up as the best version of yourself. You have nothing to prove to no one but yourself, right? This is about putting yourself first and making yourself a priority, because you are a priority. You are special. You are unique. And if no one's told you that, I'm telling you that now. Discover that for yourself. You're here for a reason. We're all here for a reason. Everyone's story is important. Everyone's story can help someone else grow. You don't know who your story's for. So share it and keep improving. Right? That's what it's about. It's about growth. This life is about evolution, and it starts from inside, the inner evolution. As you evolve on the inside, your life changes on the outside. Your outer evolution begins to reveal, manifest, and reflect itself back to you. You know, I am not the same person that I was last month. I am not the same person that I was before quarantine started. You know, it is growth. It is always growth. It is healing. And I have given myself permission to be the best version of myself, and however long that takes, I have given myself permission to blow my own mind. And I'm asking you to do the same for you. You know, so this is, thank you for joining me in another 5D conversation, food for thought. You know, think about it, do something about it, be about it. I'll see you on the flip side. Love and light to you all. Bye.